All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. We're going to get into doing those ridge board, the uh, front fascia of the deck. These are the 2x8 by 12s that'll do that. Four of them, 48 feet, and we'll be done. So then I'll zip tape everything, and then we can start our decking, which is the last part of this project. So if you're new to the channel, um, we have 10 acres here in beautiful eastern Tennessee. Appalachian Mountains are about 3 miles this way. You start getting into them. So I say this is the foothills, even though there is mountains around here. But compared to those Appalachian Mountains, these are clearly the foothills of the Appalachians. So gorgeous here. We got 10 acres. We're building. My wife's a traveling nurse. If you watched the last video, you saw that she did a hike up in New Hampshire. She's up in Dartmouth doing a contract, and I'm finishing up here. We'll go out to Wyoming, where we also have 10 acres, about an hour south of Jackson Hole, and we're building a house there. That house is further along than this. We're working on the interior and hopefully building the front porch this summer, so watch us on that. Um, and that is in the Rockies up there. So we definitely like the mountains. We like hiking and stuff. So we're gonna get to it and start putting these up. I got to make all my cuts on my um, uh, joists, do a chalk line, and then cut them all, and then we can start installing these. All right, what I've done so far is I cut that little beam that was sticking out here, flush with the decking. I don't know how we're going to finish this. That's way down the road after we frame the house and come up with some kind of siding plan, and this will be addressed then. So right now it'll be staying like this. But there, I don't know if you can pick it up on the camera, but there's a red line right here that I made. That is an inch and a half short of 6 feet. So that's where I'm going to cut all my rafters. And then just for an example, I'll show you real quick here. If this was a 2x8, which is the joist, rim joist, that's an inch and a half. And with that inch and a half, that'll equal 6 foot. So that'll go across this whole front of these when these are all cut at the same length. So that's what I'm going to get. I'll hook a chalk line to here, go all the way down, snap that chalk line. It'll put a line across all these perfectly straight. And then I can take my speed square and make my lines down here as I cut them, and then take my circular saw and zip them off. Okay, I put a screw right here. When I'm by myself, nobody to hold it, even though it has a little hook to the front of your chalk line. It's got a loop thing that can go right over this, and that just holds it better for me. And then I'll walk it down. Because this is 48 feet, you can't do 48 feet. I mean, you could, but it's going to be so light you won't see it. So I'll go about halfway, make another line there, and snap that, and then continue down the rest of the way and get that chalk line lined up. So. Line, and I'll show you real quick how to drag that down. So that blue line is right here. Take your speed square, and it's got this lip on it. So if you lay it up on your board here, you know that's going to be a straight line right there, and you put it pencil right on the blue line. Push this up to your pencil. Then you know your blue line's going to continue exactly where you want it, right there. So hold down on the speed square and your line comes out nice and straight. So, and that's where you make your cut. Then you grab your saw. Put it right there where you probably can't see it that good, but there's a notch right here, and you just follow that red line all the way up with your cut, and you know your blade's cutting right on the line. Just like that, you got a nice straight cut then. All right, guys, all my joists are cut. Sorry for the wind. There's strong winds this afternoon, but everything's straight. So now I'm going to do my first rim joist, and these are 12-foot boards, so of course you need help. And what I do is screw a little scrap piece under here so that my board can sit on here, and then I'm at that end screwing that end in, and then I'll go 1 to 1 and make sure it's perfectly even with the top there. All right, guys, I got 2 sections up, and I don't know if the wind's, it is super windy today, so I have a helper here screwed to the bottom and down at the other end, and what I'll do is set this next 12-footer up onto both, fit it into place, use my clamps where I need them, because what you want is you want this perfectly smooth, the joist coming here right meeting the ridge board. So you want that, because all your decking is going to lay on there, and it'll all transfer to your decking, and it'll get wavy if everything's not perfectly set. So we'll lift that up right now and start leveling it and screwing it and stuff where we can. All right, guys, it is done, and it is hot out here. The reason I had that rag underneath my hat, if you saw it in the video, is because I would soak it with water and put it under my hat to keep cool. It's like midsummer here, so, but I got that done. Fought me down at this end a little, but we got it pretty good. So now I'm just cleaning up. So next will be the zip tape on top, and then start decking it. All right, guys, welcome back. We're back at it another day here, and moving on from the ridge board now that that's done. Pretty much the framing's done. So I laid myself a piece of OSB out here, so I can walk out here, and I'm gonna start zip taping these. Already brought some of my decking up here because it's down at the lower part, and I'll walk that up slowly but surely. So I also, Shannon and I had what we think is a good idea, since this is gonna be eventually part of the house more than just a patio. I mean, we figure we're going to be using this a lot, south facing, nice view. Um, So we're going to have a sliding glass door down at this end here and have it open all the time. Well, you don't want bugs coming up. If this is just decking, bugs can come through the decking. And especially around here, they got some wood boring bees and wasps and all kinds of stuff up here in the woods, ticks. Uh, so what I'm getting at is I think I'm going to put some screening down and staple it before I start putting the decking down. I'm going to try that. I got a bunch of screening left over from when we built the barn, some rolls just about this wide, and I'll roll them out. And I think if I do it right, that'll get me 2 boards wide each one, and we'll see how far we get if I have to go buy more screening. But I think it'll keep the bugs off of coming up here. So, and this is all going to be screened out like a lanai or something. So uh, there won't be any bugs coming into this open porch. So I think I'm going to start doing that. Then I'll lay some lines and see where my decking goes. I'm going to start with at this far corner, do the picture frame uh, out this way and get this corner done. Nice 45 there. And all right, that's all the roll got me is to there. So looking from my board, almost 12 feet. So I think what I'm going to do is buy 2 more rolls because one roll got the beam and 12 feet of the deck here. So I think 2 more rolls should do it. So that's all I got. Instead of running all the way to Lowe's right now, I'm gonna do a little bit of the screening, lay this out here, see where I get. Also play with my picture frame corner here. I can get that all screwed in at the 6 foot side, and then along this, I can run 12 feet out, and then I can start doing layout for the rest of the boards that go in here, and just see how many boards it is going to do with to get me 6 feet. So I think that's what I'll spend the rest of the day on. All right, guys, this is as far as I got today. So a little bit of thinking, just make sure it's a nice right angle there and looks nice and finished. And then my deck boards will all go in here, and that'll be picture framed all the way around. The biggest thing was this beam right here is not the outside beam. It was in by an inch, but I miscalculated because I was watching somebody do Trex decking, and this board is a lot wider than Trex decking. So what I had to do is cut through, pull some nails and screws and stuff, and bring this board in more this way. And so this board has something to lay on. So it lays on the outside joist and then this joist, and then leaves half of this joist to catch the ends of these these deck boards that go on here. So I had to do that to move it and stuff. So all right, they're calling for rain today, so I was gonna get up and get back to the porch. I bought my zip tape at work last night, but I'm gonna they're calling for showers later this morning, so I figured get this fire started and burn some of this brush that I have. A couple trees fell over the winter, and just some more brush from our fence line and stuff like that. So, and cardboard naturally. So, trying to burn that, and maybe the rain will put that out too, because it has been dry around here. So I don't want to have too big of a fire, so I'm keeping it pretty enclosed in this fire ring, and do that. And I think I'm going to drain the oil in the RV and the generator on the RV today while I'm at it, just to stick close to the fire here. I can get those done, and we'll maybe get back up to the porch this afternoon. They're calling sunshine after about 2 o'clock, so we'll see. Nice. For 2 days I've been trying to get back up at that deck, and it's on again, off again rain. And tomorrow I go back to work for the weekend, so we'll try in the next video. I'm going to end the video here. Pancho and Lefty wanted to say hi. Right, guys? Lefty just laid down on the couch behind the books here. So give me a thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Something new is I'm on Facebook too. Look for me on Facebook under John Walsh, W-A-L-S-H, and you can find my videos there. I'll post them there for you, so if it's easier that way. But yeah, hopefully next week. I did. It's not like I spent the 2 days here indoors and nothing got done. There's a lot of little odds and ends. I had to do some repairs on my hot water tank that I've been putting off. A couple of things in the barn, organizing what we're going to take back to Wyoming with us. As you saw, the fire that I burned a lot of scrap wood and brush and got rid of my cardboard and things like that. So we're clearing up, getting stuff ready. Oh, and I change oil on the RV. I always change it here on the RV and the generator. So I was able to, in between the raindrops, get in there. It's just when it on again, off again rain, you get up there, you set up, you take the tarp off the house, and you start hooking up saws and plugging in things, and all of a sudden it starts raining again and stuff. So I got tired of that real quick. So next week's supposed to be better, and we'll probably finish that up next week. So I'm looking forward to that. So all right, guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next video. Okay, take it easy.